West Oak legend. The reason why I even call myself legend is because for me to still be alive, at 28 years old and still being able to do what I could do is legendary. A lot of people don't even get a chance to even see my age or make it past 18 for that matter.
Now you told me you wanted to spend time at least 100 times. Gave you 100 excuses, gave you 100 lines on why I can't be around. I'm too busy running the streets. The other day in your sleep you called the
people
name
call themselves kings and gods and little this and little that. So whatever I do is legendary to me. That's why I'm the West Oak legend. Spadz came from basically the card game. In the card game, the Spadz family is basically like the most dominant family of cards in the card game Spadz. So if basically Spadz is like the best option you could basically pick in the game Spadz, the Spadz family. So I'm one of the best options. I'm one of the best choices you could pick. Let me start out by saying you looking better than breakfast on Sunday. I got the rapping part from my dad. My dad raps. He's been an artist for Rough House Records, Kevin Lomax. I also get like a lot of poetry from my mother. She was into poetry, and just like deep literature and stuff like that. So it kind of has like been a part of my blood. My uncles, Uncle Carvin, Carvin Hagen's, Grammy-nominated producer. When I first even seen how music was like constructed, I was in 3rd grade and I was like heavily into poetry. And this kid came out of nowhere, said he wanted to rap. I knew what rap was, but never knew how anybody did it. So he had rapped the song. I was blown away. I'm like, yo, how did you do that? And he had described it. Like, he was like, yo, this is my song. Like, I did it together. I'm like, yo, how did you do it? He was just like nonchalant about it. Like, this is what I do. This is what I get into. And I memorized the lyrics so good that by the time I got to the house, I was cleaning the house one day with my dad, and I actually heard those same lyrics on the radio. And I was like, yo, this is my friend's song. And my dad was like, no, that's not the case. It's Slick Rick song, it's a children's story. And I figured out how to construct poetry to a beat, just like going over with a rhythm. And once I learned how to do it, it was more like the rest was history. So that's kind of like how that happened. My musical influences are DMX, Jay-Z, Nasir Jones, Nas, LL Cool J, Common, and Ice Cube. I would describe my music as like raw but relaxed. It brings like a comfort to certain people, but I also bring that reality to it. I also bring rawness to it. I also bring the idea, different concepts. I just wanted to be somebody that everybody could fall in love with and, and be, related to. So that's kind of like what my music is. It's something relatable. Everybody can do it. And, that's kind of like what my music is. I want to be the guy that the guys want to be, and I want to be the guy that the girls want to be with. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like my whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, I always wanted to be like, not really the man, but just I wanted to have like a really strong respect factor towards my music craft. So that's kind of like what my music is. I just try to be like, myself, man. I just try to be like something that everybody can fall in love with. Everybody can read this book. It's rated E for everyone. I'm not afraid to be myself. I'm not afraid to, tell a girl that I love her and also tell a guy I want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either like people have to decide on which one to be, and instead of just being both. You know what I mean? And I feel like in that same aspect, I could still tell a story. You know what I mean? I want to be me. That's kind of like what I want to give out to the world. That's what I want to do through my music. I want to be able to talk to the people that want to listen to stories. I want to talk to the people that want to fight people. I want to talk to the people that love women, you know what I mean? Or whoever you love, however your love may, prevail, or whatever the case may be. That's what I want to deliver through my music. My past projects, I did the introduction. I also did the Flow album, which I dropped a year after my mother's passing. The exact same day was the 1-year anniversary. Flow had did 10,000 streams on iTunes and Tidal and Apple Music and everything else. So that's kind of like my biggest achievement so far when it comes to my past projects. All right, so Flow is a project that me and my mother was actually working on. We came up with some of the ideas together, especially like the Riding Down Ogons and like the Supreme songs and stuff like that. So we basically, like, me and my mom was basically just working on the project together. I was preparing her for the skits for the project because I wanted to just, just give everybody a story of how I was raised and how I came up, and how life it was between me and Flo. And like I said, we was getting ready for the album, and unfortunately, God had different plans for her. So the album acronym is FLO, Flo, which is also my mother's name, and it also stands for listeners only. My mother used to always say the acronym for Flo, FLO, was for lovers only. So I just took it and made it music related, and then like right after that, which was unfortunate and fortunate, is that I was having a daughter that same year, a couple months after that. So my mother had passed April 5th, and my daughter was born July 12th. In the same exact hospital. So it was pretty intense, it was pretty crazy, but like, God give you lemons, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta make lemonade, lemon meringue pie, whatever you do with the lemons, and I feel like my greatest opportunity has been basically being like, approached by record labels about my music. Just basically, being validated, being seen, being recognized about the type of fact that I want to do my own type of music, even though I'm from the city of Philly, where Philly is like, really like a really harsh and really raw music sound. And for me to be able to come be relaxed and still be raw and rough and, be able to tell stories, I think and for me to be validated by record labels and stuff like that, I think that's my biggest achievement. I'm currently working on 4 projects as we speak. I'm working on the Oaklegend, the album. That'll be coming out spring this year. I'm working on 3 EPs right after that. So right after Oaklegend, there's going to be Truth Be Told, the EP. And I got to wait for the other 2 titles and everything else to drop. But be on the lookout for Oaklegend. It's going to be my greatest album, my greatest project thus far. And right after that, it's going to be just complete, bodies of work that everybody can relate to and everybody can feel. Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Spadz. It's the Oaklegend, man. You're now rocking with me and Industry All Access, man. Get plugged in.